about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it.
The business-wise for a long time.
But that's why it's only business. It was really away from that. I explained why I didn't hang out with him, right? Because it's a little fluffy stuff going on.
It's not your scene.
It's not my style.
Not your scene.
They hug you from the front and the back at the same time. I got uncomfortable with him because the way he was acting to try and get me to hang out with him was like, yo, I take you shopping. Like, and I'm like, what you mean? Like, that's something you say to a woman you're attracted to, maybe.
Right.
It's just weird, bro. Like, and now you start to see a lot of the weird stuff that was there. It looks like it all lines up, don't it? It was not in the closet. It was in front of you and you wasn't seeing it because you see the beards or you see the girls. So you didn't look at them the way it actually is to a degree. Now, like, and when I say people respond, how people respond to things matter, like the internet will take to it and just go off with it. Meek responds being the uncomfortability. He goes, yo, I'll spend $100,000 to find out why my name is in this like this. And it's in it only because he's uncomfortable. You don't hear him talking about French. French was right there.
Yeah.
Right? Why you get so quiet? You guys make me feel like I'm scared.
Well, I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot.
No, they see this. You see this. They see this.
They see it.
No, you see this. They want to act like, oh, we got nothing to do with it.
Jay-Z has been pulled back into the spotlight as a new lawsuit emerges, drawing him closer to the widening storm surrounding Diddy, while 50 Cent continues applying pressure on anyone even loosely tied to the unfolding situation. Tensions are escalating rapidly as Diddy's legal challenges continue to multiply, with his team reportedly pushing for lengthy delays that suggest a long battle ahead. A recent legal filing alleges that a significant number of individuals may have been impacted, signaling that this case is far from reaching its final chapter. Adding further gravity, Cassie has confirmed her intention to testify, a development that carries substantial weight given her first-hand perspective. With events accelerating and scrutiny intensifying, attention is now turning to the network of high-profile figures connected to Diddy and how each one is being drawn into a rapidly expanding web of controversy.
When he offered to take you shopping.
Yeah, you see, now Meek is in the same shirt. He's out there in the same shirt. This is not Photoshop. Stop it. Just set that up. Look, obviously was not offended by what I was offended by. Guys may say to a girl, you know, like, let me take a shot. See?
Damn.
They found it that quick.
What do you think's happening in the middle?
I don't know what's going on. Because it was like, he was like, yo, you hot now. Now we got to hang out now. Like, you know, like hang out.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know, maybe I take you shopping and I get you some flash and you could give me the hood. And I was looking and I was like, let me just move away from him because I'm gonna mess up the way. Certain things they let it go by because it's Puff. He wasn't like in the closet, he was like in the hallway.
All these years, you being the only one calling this out.
No, I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long time.
They said you're a hater. They said you're crazy.
Yeah, and now everybody's complaining. My ass is hurting.
50 Cent has unexpectedly emerged as one of Diddy's most persistent challengers, refusing to step back as he calls out what he views as questionable connections and calculated moves surrounding the mogul. In a recent podcast appearance, 50 claimed that Meek Mill was spotted wearing coordinated outfits with Diddy at a party, an invitation 50 says he personally turned down after sensing something felt off. He explained that Diddy initially invited him on a shopping trip, an offer he declined immediately, trusting his instincts about the situation. Meek, on the other hand, reportedly accepted, believing the association could elevate his career, unaware that the decision would later spark speculation and draw heightened scrutiny.
Y'all. Yeah. And it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a Black Billionaires lunch. Yeah. You understand? Right. And we here together and we're gonna keep staying together. We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else to us. Black excellence.
Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those trophies, Trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
You're gonna let him say that?
Jay was getting Grammys.
he had one.
Exactly.
He had one.
And he ain't show up.
He has like 20 now.
Hold on.
He had like 18 since he been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong. He was one.
After that, he got some shit. He started drinking. His pictures were thinks the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades.
Because
from
he's
the
no
marriage.
longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce.
His career, you can look at that and say the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive the 16 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce. Right? And you go, prior to that, one.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see the kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing.
Right.
They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys and shit. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the award show. It meant that much.
50 Cent has unexpectedly emerged as one of Diddy's most persistent challengers, refusing to step back as he calls out what he views as questionable connections and calculated moves surrounding the mogul. In a recent podcast appearance, 50 claimed that Meek Mill was spotted wearing coordinated outfits with Diddy at a party, an invitation 50 says he personally turned down after sensing something fell off. He explained that Diddy initially invited him on a shopping trip, an offer he declined immediately, trusting his instincts about the situation. Meek, on the other hand, reportedly accepted, believing the association could elevate his career, unaware that the decision would later spark speculation and draw heightened scrutiny.
Was always anti-Diddy and was always speaking about Diddy as a problematic person was 50 Cent. And it turns out that it's just been announced that he's created a docu-series on Netflix. I can't wait to see this. The other end of that, every person who has tried to speak out about this, who has tried to speak out about the industry, the type of people that are controlling the industry, the attacks that people face from the media if they try to speak out, is always the same. They're called crazy. And an example of one such individual who went through those sorts of attacks is the actor Orlando Brown. He was on Disney, and I remember everyone telling us that he was totally insane and deranged when he was saying a lot of things that at the time sounded crazy, particularly about Diddy. Take a listen.
The requirement is you gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he's gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
You can take but he won't you.
Diddy, to me, is the fall guy. We are still seeing a major effort to protect the big.
50 Cent appears fully committed to shining a light on every high-profile figure he believes is connected to Diddy, making it clear that calling out names like Meek Mill and Jay-Z is only the opening move. He has signaled that he's digging deeper into what he describes as a tightly woven network surrounding Diddy's inner circle, with no intention of backing off. According to 50, what the public has seen so far barely scratches the surface, and he suggests that a much longer list of connections is waiting to be brought into view as he continues to pull at the threads behind the scenes.
You better believe it. Shout at Def Jam, be the best. You know what it is. It's 2010, baby. It's the takeover. I'm going in.
Happy New Year to the whole planet. God is the greatest. Real talk. And you know, I mean, if there's anything that somebody can say better than that, I'm all ears. But with that being said, continuous blessings to the whole entire universe.
Diddy and Ross, which they good buddies, okay? They're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross. And Khaled. They're all gay, okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They're all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Khaled is a Hamas supporter. Okay?
Who supporter?
Hamas.
Yeah.
Sorry, I said it wrong.
No worries.
Hamas supporter, okay? Right. I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate, tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot
hidden in plain sight.
It's hidden.
I think I see what you're saying.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Looking back at the crowd surrounding Diddy in 2010, it's striking how quickly many have pulled away, acting as if their once close ties never existed. Names like Busta Rhymes, Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, and Usher were frequently seen in his orbit, yet over time, distance replaced loyalty. The narrative darkened further in May 2018, when Trump's National Doral Golf Course in Miami was forced to close following a shooting involving Jonathan Audi, who later claimed he had been manipulated and mistreated while connected to Diddy. As new details continue to surface, the growing list of individuals linked to Diddy during those years raises deeper questions about influence, loyalty, and the hidden dynamics at play.
Diddy Combs is facing new accusations of human trafficking as he awaits his federal trial. In a civil case filed in Florida April 1st, Joseph Manzaro alleges, according to court documents obtained by E! News, that he was drugged, transported against his will, and sexually maimed as a victim of a coercive and organized criminal enterprise facilitated by Combs and others back in 2015, and named celebs such as Beyonce, Jay-Z, and LeBron James as witnesses in the lawsuit. In his filing, Manzaro says the alleged events took place in April 2015. He states that he lost consciousness after feeling a, quote, greasy substance resembling Vaseline as he opened the front door to his home, after which he says he was transported to another residence, where an associate of Combs allegedly told him that the music mogul wanted him brought to a freak-off event. Manzaro alleges in the suit he was secretly transferred to the music producer's home through a concealed tunnel allegedly connected to Gloria Estefan and Emilio Estefan's Miami property. He alleges that upon regaining partial consciousness, he found himself inside a large party area upon information and belief that it was a birthday party for Combs' then 17-year-old son Christian Combs. There he was allegedly forced to appear in a penis mask. The lawsuit states, Jay-Z and Beyonce Knowles Carter were seated in the room, and upon seeing Manzaro, Beyonce Knowles Carter asked, "What's this? What's this all about? Why is this half-naked white man with a penis mask standing here in front of me?" Manzaro alleges in the lawsuit that he was then forcibly paraded through multiple rooms filled with people who were jeering and taunting him.
High-profile individuals, including Jacob Arabo, Jay-Z, Gloria Estefan, LeBron James, and Beyonce Knowles Carter, are identified as witnesses due to their presence or knowledge of the events surrounding the freak-off orchestrated by defendant Diddy. Wow. And freak-off, of course, is something that we've heard many times before, both in Combs' criminal case and other civil cases, to describe these prolonged sexual episodes, usually with sex workers. But Manzaro is suing Sean Combs. He is suing a man named Eric Mejias. He is suing Brendan Paul, who's been described in another lawsuit as Sean Combs' drug mule, Emilio Estefan, who is married to pop superstar Gloria Estefan, and Adria English, who filed her own lawsuit against Sean Combs, claiming she too was a victim of sex trafficking. By the way, it's interesting he's not suing these other celebrities that I mentioned, like Jay-Z and Beyonce and Gloria Estefan, possibly because he doesn't believe their alleged liability amounted to a civil claim, but seems to want to call them as witnesses at a trial, although I have to imagine they will do everything in their power to quash any subpoena should this case progress, and we'll talk a little bit more about whether or not.
A new civil lawsuit has now implicated Jay-Z, Beyonce, and even LeBron James, claiming they were present at a Diddy-hosted event where the accuser, Joseph Monero, alleges he was severely mistreated. Monero contends that in 2015 he was drugged, taken against his will, and subjected to harm as part of a coordinated scheme involving Diddy and others. While the allegations are still making their way through the legal system, the case continues to expand, with the potential for additional names to surface as investigators dig deeper, raising the possibility that those responsible for any wrongdoing may eventually be held accountable.
It's really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true, you know? And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. People be making memes. I see the memes. I say, no, some of that stuff is funny. Some of it's funny. But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all them memes. no damn freak off. Listen, I do enough of my own. Don't be putting me in other people's. I ain't been nowhere near that man. I ain't did none of that stupid. So, whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil. But I haven't said that publicly. I just did. Y'all the first time. I usually don't respond to dumb stuff because it's like people. There's so many things people say, so much stuff. But that one, your memes was doing too much. Y'all was having me mad.
You were dating J-Lo. Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome, and you were going to beat up Will Smith. Is that true? You really heard that? Yeah, I watched it on the internet. You're telling me I can't believe everything I read? What? I don't know what you're talking about.
The unusual activity surrounding Diddy isn't limited to the music world. Hollywood's biggest names have also been drawn into the orbit. Celebrities like Will Smith and Jennifer Lopez have long been rumored to belong to his inner social circle, which makes their recent remarks particularly noteworthy. Gossip about Will and Jay attending Diddy's exclusive events has floated for years, even becoming fodder for Jimmy Kimmel's jokes. While Will remained silent in the past, his decision to speak out now signals an awareness that anyone connected to Diddy could eventually find themselves entangled in the ongoing legal storm.
Worried that if you throw little and you don't throw out allegations, but like you kind of poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way? Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up?
I don't got shit in my past. I'm not.
Everybody got a little bit.
Look,
like, not that it's real enough.
I took a pill, but it was for me to perform better. For her to remember, buddy. I didn't give her a drink so she forget what the happened. What the is going on here, bro? Yes, I took two drinks. I gave me the drug to perform. So she can remember and possibly love me for that.
Did it work?
What the yo, bro, look, I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm just saying, this is the opposite of normal shit that we're talking about, bro.
That is why. I don't know why it's so hard for people
so
just
for
to
people to feel like
shit is
you
weird.
would have something or you would have reserved energy because you feel like you was doing it too. This is people that are looking on the separation between their hardships or their the things that they got going on that would be issues and what a celebrity's issues would be.
Wait, what is that?
They think all celebrities are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right, and when you see, if I wasn't saying anything, guess what? You could safely say that a person on the outskirts that is not involved in hip-hop culture could think that everybody in hip-hop culture is with that shit.
Unlike many in Diddy's circle, 50 Cent maintains he has nothing to conceal and no shadowy history tied to the situation. He asserts that while numerous Hollywood figures were aware of what went on at Diddy's events, they still chose to participate. 50, however, says he intentionally kept his distance, making it clear he wanted no involvement in anything questionable and deliberately avoided stepping into that world altogether.
About P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy. I mean,
but I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated to a degree.
But was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what's going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky shit. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal. You go to the 90s, and Kiki D said he paid him to kill Tupac.
Yeah.
So look, like, you get the craziest accusations. You had TMZ created a docuseries that went to Tubi, but the series is saying the downfall of Diddy.
You're one of the first persons in entertainment to really call out people and kind of have that authority in that, to be able to call people out. I mean, which is pretty amazing. You're kind of, in some ways, draining the swamp of Hollywood. And
I don't have a support system. I don't have a support system of a peer group of artist that I require to do what I'm doing. I've had to be on my own from the beginning. So I don't necessarily...
Another prominent figure entering the conversation is Leonardo DiCaprio. While he frequently makes headlines for his high-profile relationships, attention is now turning to reports that he attended multiple of Diddy's notorious gatherings. These appearances have sparked renewed questions and speculation as the situation around Diddy continues to evolve, placing yet another high-profile name under the spotlight.
Docuseries that you've been working on, Diddy Do It.
Right.
You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character.
Right.
Yet you said you weren't a part of that lifestyle, you weren't going to the parties. So what makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else. But I did feel uncomfortable with the way you would present the idea of going to these projects.
So come party with me.
Yeah. And then that swayed me away from it. Just that alone.
So you didn't realize
as much stuff was coming. Like when I seen today, it was allegations of 3 men that said he drugged them, and it's a long time, to be honest with you. Like when people don't remember being violated for 20 years, it makes me feel a little hard.
What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z?
That was interesting. When I was saying things not knowing exactly what I was saying, but I was going with like, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like while the Puffy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. You know, so I hope it works out, because with his family, the things that go on internally is that those accusations.
It's kind of interesting. I think that civil suit turned into a look. They looked at it like maybe it's a criminal situation.
Right.
A little early, and it could have been the same lobbyists and the same people that use their connections to make that happen for Puff.
Is that kind of why you was going hard on him the last couple years? Is it because of the liquor situation? Because to be honest, since the situation he's in now, it's kind of like you fell back on him. Was this all over the liquor, or you just said?
Well, most of that was motivation. That was competing,
right?
For, with brands, and they was ahead of me,
right?
Because he had been working on Ciroc and stuff like that, and then integrating it into our culture with Coco Loso and different things with different people,
right,
connected to it. So yeah, that's what that was. But when you look at, he would do a lot of foul shit, like behind the scenes. He would do.
All of these celebrities reportedly remain on edge ahead of 50 Cent's highly anticipated documentary, which he first publicly announced in December 2023 and is slated for release in the coming months. The project promises to go beyond surface-level rumors, aiming to expose not only Diddy's alleged past actions, but also the web of high-profile figures connected to him. According to 50, the documentary dives deep into how Diddy's operations allegedly function behind the scenes, which is exactly why so many industry names are bracing themselves for revelations that could have wide-reaching impact.
And that's what they f***ed up at. You can tell me Puff went away for a long time, bro, but do you not hear the of Meek Mill? Do you not hear all of the shake it off, take that of Will Smith? Can you not give me the oh God of TD Jakes? I just don't want to be in the room where niggas be actually doing this, man, because that's crazy for a real Crip to pull up and be like, yo, my nigga, like, check this out. Like, I really heard Carl Winslow in there. Like, yo, I was like, yo, getting slapped like that. Slap. Who is he banging this out like a... Next thing you know, he walk in there and it's actually my mother.
Is Diddy a dangerous man?
Nah, you missed the fact that was my mom. Like, that was Jaguar Wright getting... It's Carl Winslow,
I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did
no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever. You gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place.
Usher, Odell Beckham Jr., Terrence Howard, and Justin Bieber have all been linked to Diddy, and the list of associated celebrities continues to grow. Orlando Brown, despite his controversial past, has repeatedly claimed insider knowledge of industry figures who lead private lives far removed from their public personas. 50 Cent has suggested that some of these men may have compromised their integrity or image in pursuit of career advancement, echoing Terrence Howard's own words about sacrificing authenticity for fame and success. Now, many of these figures appear uneasy, as decisions made years ago threaten to resurface and confront them in the spotlight.
How did that? Of all questions.
When did he miss that train?
How did that go?
That train might have left the station,
train took
but
off
you
from
were
the
right
station.
there.
Yeah,
You were right there to get on that.
That train took off from the station for sure.
You were close.
Yeah. I wasn't at that train station.
You left early?
No, that was down the street from me. I wasn't there. No.
Did you ever meet Diddy?
Yo, what the
Bro, yo, I forgot you
He's
actually
like,
might have.
I've seen pictures with you there.
Cassie has now been confirmed as a key government witness, a development that significantly intensifies the pressure on Diddy. She is said to have witnessed his operations firsthand, and the details she can provide are expected to be extremely difficult for him to refute. As Gone Deal noted, Cassie's civil case was instrumental in advancing the wider investigation, and her upcoming testimony is anticipated to become one of the most pivotal elements in constructing the criminal case currently unfolding.
A little bit more about what we know of Dr. Dawn Hughes. So it's in an exhibit that was filed in this case, and it's called Disclosure as to Expert Witness Dawn M. Hughes, PhD, ABPP. Dr. Hughes is a clinical psychologist and a board-certified forensic psychologist, and a leading expert on sexual abuse, interpersonal violence, victimization, and traumatic stress. The following includes the anticipated opinions the government expects Dr. Hughes will offer regarding sexual abuse and victim responses to sexual abuse, coercive control, coping strategies during and in relation to sexual abuse, delayed disclosure, and memory of sexual abuse. Quote, the government expects that Dr. Hughes will testify about coercive control as a tactic of victimization, i.e. the state to process of becoming a victim, and a strategy to gain dominance across a spectrum of relationships. Coercive control often includes a variety of physical, sexual, and/or emotional tactics that together function to control the victim. Allegations implicate dozens of unidentified witnesses and alleged co-conspirators around the world, and some of the key witnesses to the supposed incidents are dead. Basically meaning, how can we defend against it? The defense is not even permitted to share the identities of the individuals described in the disclosure letter with Mr. Combs until April 18th, further hampering defense counsel's ability to investigate. Collectively, these new allegations require many months, if not years, to investigate, and if admitted, would require a series of mini-trials certain to double the length of a trial the government originally said would last 3 weeks. So this is an explosive allegation that on its face, I don't know if I necessarily disagree with. If they are bringing in evidence of uncharged conduct, wouldn't the defense have an opportunity to investigate it and challenge it? It seems like they're making a point. So if this
50 Cent may be the only figure daring enough to pull back the curtain on the entire situation. His upcoming documentary, Did He Do It?, is on the horizon, and when it drops, it has the potential to send shockwaves through the entertainment world. The story is far from over, and the fallout could be enormous. Stay tuned, because the next chapter may expose even more than anyone expects. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss a single update on what could become one of the most explosive celebrity scandals of this generation.